What's up, y'all? Episode 143 of Weekly Word is Testify. You might think of a courtroom or a witness that goes up aboard onto the witness stand to testify about what they witnessed as it applies to whether Johnny did or didn't do something. Yeah, that's a common kind of thought when you think of testify. But in our case, I'd like to take a grander approach and just discuss how in life we have so many things that we experience and so many things that we witness. And as a result of these experiences, we're in a position to testify, frankly, to testify about our experience and how it impacted us and those around us during that time that it occurred. Can't help but think of this pandemic. There's 1.25 million cases. Probably about 250,000 people have recovered from it, according to the statisticians. But thousands have died. And when someone dies, it has just a profound impact on everybody around them. Whether you're physically around them or if you become aware of the fact that they passed away, it forces you to reflect, and it forces you to take a step back and really draw some conclusions based on what you experienced. And the word today is testify because it's those experiences that we can later testify about, that we can be beacons of hope and example and knowledge about how in the future something similar can be overcome or potentially not overcome, and how we react to that unfortunate demise. Ultimately, I think that all of us have experiences in our lives, if you stop and you think back on them, that were put in our lives for the sole purpose of giving you now an opportunity to have paid witness, to have now the opportunity to testify about what it was that you experienced, and to therefore have an impact on whoever will listen to you or whoever will observe you. So as we go through this journey of COVID, and we realize that it might get worse before it gets better, what types of things can you take away every single day from your current experience that you can then testify about, whether that's tomorrow, in a week, in a month, in a year, and 10 years from now? If you think back through all those events, and I've talked about this in a Weekly Word before, Weekly Word 7, where it's almost like every 7 years, it's like this new cycle occurs. And I challenge you to think about that in your own lives. But if this is the challenge of this 7-year cycle, how do we learn from this to testify in the next 7-year cycle so that we can have an impact that maybe prevents the level of death and sadness, whether that's through earlier action or through just believing the experts early on. I'm not going to get into the past month of having to tell people so many times that this is real. I won't get into that, but Rocky's ruined the weekly word here because he keeps bargaining back there. But maybe he's just testifying. Maybe he's testifying. So maybe when someone testifies, you just got to listen. Anyway, what lessons do we learn from this experience and those experiences in life that we can later go forth and be beacons of hope, of inspiration, of knowledge as we testify?